everybody. Rob Taylor here from Team Taylor and Keller Williams Capital District. Welcome to our Monday market report for Fulton, Montgomery County, Fulton and Montgomery counties. And today is May the 4th. So we're talking about the month of April. As always, we're always talking about single family houses, and our source is the global MLS. And this month, I guess our biggest aha or takeaway we have is the amount of activity we are seeing for the houses that are available is very encouraging given COVID-19 and all what's going on. April was our first full shutdown month. So first full month that we were in our slowdown, in quarantine, and to see what the market did given the circumstances was very encouraging for Fulton and Montgomery County. So we're gonna get right into it, and because we got a lot that I wanna share with you guys. So let me go ahead and share my screen. And one of the things that we really wanna point out is we look and we see that there were 56 transactions for the month. 56 transactions for the month, and every county did pretty good, with the exception of Northville only had one. So one transaction, although it was pretty good, but it was only one. So as always, let's go over quickly what the colors mean. Green means it's the best in the category. Yellow would be second in the category. And then if there were any that had zero, then it would be red. So red would indicate that there was not. So if Northville didn't get this sale, this would be red right here. And then it would, obviously show there were no sales for the week. So Gloversville first for the month, I should say, and Broadalbin second. As far as average days on market, Northville, the one property that they did have, did go very quickly. So again, what does that say? Is it saying that there is no market right now for Northville, or they just don't have enough properties? And we will talk about that as well. So Amsterdam, 67 days on the market. One thing we will take of note is you look at the average days on market for all of these other school districts, and we're seeing in the hundreds of days. So 2, 3, not 2, but 3, 4, and 5 months on the market is what the average was for the month of April. So it kind of can go back to, if there's not enough inventory, people are re-looking at things they've already seen, or it's now the prices have come down to make them more attractive for potential buyers. Some of both is happening. Now, overall, for Montgomery County, compared to the other counties that we cover, is pretty on pace from last year. So let's look at that. So let's take a look at last year for Montgomery County. So this is April 2019, and what you're going to notice, 63 transactions. So 63 transactions last year in April, and there were 56 transactions this year in April. So not only a difference of 7. So that is not as drastic as other counties. I mean, counties like Saratoga, they're about 60 transactions lower than last year. Albany County is 100 transactions different than last year. So for Montgomery counties, only 7 off of what we had from last year. So as you can look at this, you can see, some of the similarities and some of the differences, but the main thing is number of transactions. Now, last year we did not cover how many active properties at the beginning of the month and how many active properties at the end of the month. So we aren't able to track that yet. We started doing that later in the year last year, but when we look at what we are for this year, for the month of April, we're down 28 properties. So from the beginning of the month to the end of the month, there are 28 less properties that a potential buyer can buy. So that is very telling as to which direction the market is going. You couple that with the month before, and they were down 16. So down 16 the month before, down 29 this month, or past month of April. And then even in February, it was down 7. So down 7 the month of February. So over the last 3 months, Fulton Montgomery counties is down 52 properties. That's 52 less opportunities. So you can, again, start to see, is it cause and effect? Is it because there's less properties, we have less sales? Or is it because we have less sales, less people putting properties on the market? It's, I feel, in my opinion, it's we don't have as many opportunities. If there were the same amount of properties available, I think the sales would be way higher right now. So there are buyers out there, they just don't have the properties to be able to go and put those offers in. So we definitely want to take this information and say we need to get more properties on the market because the buyers is there. Because you look at last year's 63 transactions in the month of April, and we got 56 this year, with 52 less properties available in the last 3 months. So if we had those, let's say it stayed even and we had 52 more properties to pick from, I would say our numbers for sales would be significantly higher than last year. Some of these things we can contribute that to is rates have never been this low that I can remember. 15-year mortgages, talked with a mortgage lender the other day, and they were talking about they can get deals done in the 2s for 15 years. That's crazy. Check with the lender you use to see where they're at. But when have we seen interest rates this low? They were low before, maybe 8 years ago or so, and then they've been lower than average. But now I don't see a rate getting in the 1s. So what does that say? That says if you're a buyer, or if you have a buyer that you know, somebody that's going to buy or sell, they can't get a better deal than right now. Also, if you're selling, when will you have the opportunity to have as many buyers available that can get money this cheap? If you're thinking about selling and downsizing, upsizing, buying something on the lake or what have you, when is there going to be as good an opportunity for you to buy the property you're looking for than right now with these rates like that? We don't know what they're going to be in a year. We don't know what it's going to be in 2 years. But what we do know is right now, rates are where they are. Buyer demand is where it is right now, and our inventory is where it is. And so there is an opportunity here, whether you're buying or selling, as long as you understand the numbers. And that's what we're here to do every single Monday. And we do this monthly for obviously the month recap. And that's what we're doing today. So the other thing that what I look at is I look at the health or the health of each school district, like what school districts are showing a trend that they are strong. So right now, I mean, Amsterdam is very strong. Gloversville is strong. So we're looking at February here. When we take a look at March, again, you see Gloversville, Amsterdam, Broadalbin, very, very strong there. Average price points, again, are going to fluctuate depending on the properties that come on, but you can get a good sense of what price range. That's why we have the ranges here too. So when you look at, so let's take this April, and 0 to 100,000 had the most with 17, but look right behind them with 16 transactions with 150 to 200,000, and then 100 to 150. So we know that if you got a property between 100 and 200,000 has a very good chance of moving. Now, when you get into the 300,000, one for the month, 400,000, one for the month. Then we look at last month. Now, last month we had 3 at 400,000 plus. Very good. That was Northville, okay? And we had 1 in Mayfield. So as we get into a late season, the weather this past weekend was beautiful. As we get more of those weekends and more of those days, you should start to see more happen in this higher price range. But again, It's always a product of what is available and what comes on. So hopefully this stuff helps you guys. We definitely like your comments. Please subscribe to our YouTube page and put the notifications on so that you can get this content when it comes to you. It's going to be very important in the next 3, 4, 6 months because we are in a shift, and you can see by these numbers it's shifting. Fulton, Montgomery counties haven't been as drastic as other areas, but it's coming. So if you know anybody that's thinking about selling, please feel free to reach out. We would love to speak with them, go over these numbers, and if you are interested in what your house is looking like, please feel free to reach out. We love to discuss that with you. Have a great day. Hopefully this information helps you. From Team Taylor, Robert is saying, have a great week. See you next week for our weekly report. Talk to you soon.